Hello everyone, Derek Stam Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Today we have Elite Series 103 Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. Pretty excited to have not just both of these in the collection, but this set as well, as their first set definitely was not the greatest. Yeah, the Montez Ford was definitely alright, but the Angelo Dawkins was just built very wonky and just all around was not the greatest figure. But we've got the better set, and I'm very excited to take a good look into these guys, break down some of the accessories and everything that goes all around with these. So why don't we do that, shall we? Alrighty, now that we've gotten both men out of their plastic prisons, let's get into some of their accessories, shall we? Montez Ford, he comes with a lot of accessories, so we'll go over his first. He comes with the open palm, slappy hands, not exactly like the Christian Cage, like I'm searching for my peep slappy hand or like the Walter Chop slappy hand. But they're kind of like the Finn Balor entrance pose, like you can't see me hands. He also comes with what most people call the choke slam hands. That's so he can hold his red solo cup, and he comes with a set of fist hands. He also comes with a set of gold and black glasses, a gold chain, his red solo cup, and a really cool non-Velcro stretchable jersey that has the number 24 on it, Street Profits above that, and then on the back, same thing with the 24 and his last name, kind of like a basketball jersey. That's what that's supposed to represent. I couldn't tell you what team though, so let's move on from that. And over here, Angelo Dawkins, kind of a similar-ish scenario. He just comes with one less set of hands and like two less accessories, but that's whatever. Would have been cool to see like maybe a set of fist hands with him, but I can get over that. He's got the like Walter Choppy, Ricochet, Kawhi Leonard, as MDT calls it, hands. And he also comes with a set of microphone holding hands. Or weapon holding hands, whatever you want to call them. He also comes with a headband that I want to say they both say Stumble on it. Oh, Humble Smokins. I honestly I can't read that second one. The white on the pink's a little hard to read. But he also comes with his own variation of the jersey. Only difference is the number, realistically. So now that we're done with the accessories, why don't we kind of get into the figures themselves, shall we? Alrighty, you guys. Now that we've gotten the action figures out of their plastic prisons, we've gone over the accessories, and I technically have now worked a full 8-hour shift. Why don't we break into the figures, like look and articulation and stuff like that? Something I now also just realized I never did for the hook, so maybe if I remember by the end of this one, we can go through some of the articulation for him. But first things first, looking at some of the detail here, he doesn't have like any tattoo work or anything of that nature, but I love the striped attire with the blue and the pink. He's got some silverish like striped designs on his lower legs, blue wristband on one side and a white wristband on the other, and he's got a nice screaming expression that looks pretty damn accurate, let's be honest. Of course, would have loved maybe getting an extra head sculpt that was more or less just him having a straight face or maybe like a smirking face. But you know, it's still a fairly good like head sculpt all around. And he doesn't really have anything else much more for detail wise. I mean, looking at his hair and stuff like that, his hair definitely looks really good for this head sculpt and stuff. His beard is pretty nice and on point, I'd say. Other than that though, I don't have too much more to say about how this figure looks, but before we forget about it, why don't we break down some of his articulation? Of course, because of how big the head sculpt is, he can't really look up too high. He can look down quite a decent bit though. He's got, of course, shoulder articulation, shoulder rotation, upper bicep rotation, double joint in the elbow, wrist swivel, and wrist articulation. Damn, that hand was pretty damn tight. That's also what she said, maybe? Don't know. He's got pretty decent ab crunch. Of course, a new torso for this new Angelo Dawkins figure. Way better than the original one. It's got decent waist swivel, a little looser than I would have envisioned. Upper thigh rotation. He can kick out to about yay high. I'd say that's pretty decent. He's got a double bend in the knee, but he's kind of got the Samoa Joe problem where because of the back of the shorts and where that actually meets, he can't bend his lower leg as well. It still does bend though, don't get me wrong, but I'd say it kind of hinders the articulation a little bit, but not the worst. Definitely not the worst. I've seen worse. And speaking of worse though, he also has the somewhat like John Cena-esque shoe mold. Not the worst, because the R-Truth and the Cena that I have used in pick fed matches use this shoe mold. And neither one of them are realistically like loose, but we'll see how long that'll stay like that over time. Now getting into the Montez Ford, his head sculpt I want to say is the same exact head sculpt they've used since they started making his figures. Pretty decently like nice fade and stuff like that. Could have used maybe having like a bearded head sculpt. Maybe that's not the kind of like look he had rocking this attire, but I feel like it would have been cooler. Of course, got his nice decently shredded torso. And I say nice decently shredded is he's got a little scuff mark right there, but it's also got a little bit of tattoo detail right there if it'll focus. It's kind of hard to make any of those tattoos out unless you look really like close at them. And honestly, I'm not gonna look too heavily into these tattoos, but he's got some pretty nice ink work, I'll definitely say that. Hopefully my mic wasn't muffled that whole time. I just kind of realized my hand might have been over the mic, and I'm not repeating that segment over again. And kind of like the same thing with Dawkins. He's got the nice white, pink, and blue attire going on. Of course, one thing I did kind of forget to mention talking about the Dawkins is he does have the number 6 on the side of his shorts. Montez has 24. And they have both of their names in the front of the tights. Yeah, tights in front of the shorts. Only difference is Montez is all just straight up black from the kneecaps down, is where Dawkins has a little bit of designs to his. Not too big of a change. Breaking down some of the articulation here. He can't look up too high. He can look down pretty decently well though. He's got a pretty alright ab crunch, I'd say, unless that can go, unless that can go down more and I'm just not getting that full range of motion there. It can look down pretty decent. I'd say the back can definitely bend way better than the front half. Holy crap. I don't know, that's a interesting sound to come out of that torso. Anyways, where was I? He's got shoulder articulation, shoulder rotation, upper bicep rotation, double bend in the elbow, If I can get it there. There we go. Of course, he's got wrist swivel and wrist bend. Same stuff as Angelo Dawkins, let's be honest, but we're still going to go over this anyways just to kind of double down on the fact that I messed up in the hook review. Of course, he's got waist swivel, upper thigh rotation. He can kick out, I'd say he can kick out fairly decently. Oddly enough, I almost feel like the Dawkins can kind of kick out a little bit better, but maybe I just had him posed better for that. There you go. You can see a shot of that as I just realized I was pointing down at the accessories for a second. He's got double bend in the knee. His knee bent a little bit better than Dawkins did, and of course he's got ankle rotation and an ankle bend. Not gonna bend the shoe though and risk that getting looser than a goose. But with that being said, why don't we get him posed up for a final pose? Break down how I feel about each figure individually, and just all in all, get this review done and over with, as I've got a couple of things to do, and let's be honest, I don't know if it'll get posted today and or tomorrow, because I do plan on posting this review as of, what's today, the 24th of November? So if you guys do end up seeing this on the 24th of November, just know there should be a very special review either coming out tonight on top of this double review or tomorrow. But yeah, before I keep on talking too much, let's get into that next part, shall we? Alrighty, you guys, now that I've gotten them both in the final pose, I would like to just give a really, big, I don't know, I would say a really big big thumbs up towards the two basketball jerseys in particular. As far as accessories go, those are some top-notch accessories. No Velcro. It's stretchy enough to where you can get it back over each figure pretty easily. Of course, this one being a bit smaller fit, I don't know if you could swap them both out and put one guy's jersey on the other figure. Some people may be curious enough to want to try that out. I don't know. Personally, I don't want to stretch the material and end up ruining Montez's tank top and making it look too big. I don't know. I know they're supposed to be a little loose fitting anyways, but I don't know. To me though, definitely a 10 out of 10 accessory. As far as everything else goes, I'm loving these figures so far. Having these guys in the collection is definitely gonna be an interesting thing to get around, because I would love to introduce these guys in the pick fed. I just don't know exactly how I would want to do it just yet. Do I want to give these guys their own special promo package, kind of how I'm doing Tyler Breeze at the moment, and kind of just wait a couple of weeks? Because I don't know how I'd feel about having a promo package for a single star and also doing another promo package for a tag team that's going to be debuting. Or if I just want to debut them in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. But honestly, I think both of these figures are pretty damn top tier. The Montez Ford, I'm going to give a good solid 9. We'll give him a good solid 9. My only gripes with the Montez, and I mean it's going to be the same thing with Angelo, would be the possibility of those ankles getting loose as shit. Other than that, I'd say it's a really damn solid figure. And honestly, same thing with the Angelo Dawkins. The only thing I would say brings him down a little bit is maybe we could have gotten an extra set of hands and or maybe an extra head sculpt so he wasn't just constantly screaming the way he is. But honestly, that's not the biggest ordeal. Did I say a number rating? I don't know. I can't really keep track of my own thoughts sometimes. Let's say he's going to be a good solid 8. A little bit of point reduction for the fact that we could have probably gotten an extra head sculpt or something, a little extra for the Dawkins himself. But honestly, both really good figures, both really solid figures. The Montez is going to get a good solid 4 out of 5 stars, and Angelo Dawkins, I think he can sit at a good solid 3.5. Either way, both of these figures are excellent, and I can't highly recommend them more than enough than I probably already have in this video. If you guys find these in the stores, definitely might be worth the cop. I found them in a store locally, same thing with the hook. And I'm very happy I did pick these up. A little sad I didn't pick up the Stardust figure. I thought about it hard, but in the end I ended up getting the hook instead. So kind of a decent little trade-off there. Maybe if I can find the Stardust in stores again, I will gladly pick it up. But that's just kind of a little fun fact for you guys. But on that note, why don't I shush it up? Would do the hook articulation, but honestly, I'm too lazy. I worked 8 hours. I still gotta go for a little walk here in like the next hour. And after that, hopefully I can get some sleep. But on that note, like the video if you liked the video. If you didn't like it, that's alright too. But if you did, feel free to check out some of my other action figure reviews and or PickFed episodes that I do have out. Currently at PickFed episode number 6. Working on number 7 as we speak. Almost done with number 7 as we speak as well. Just got a little bit more to do on it, and then it should be already set and out to you guys for viewing purposes. Other than that, I can't really think of too much else. Oh yeah, if you guys would like to follow my Instagram, maybe maybe you can do that if you would like to, and that way you can get more notifications on if a certain review is already out, just in case I do like unboxing videos, because every now and again I do unboxing videos, and with that, some reviews may come later than others. So if you're looking out for a certain review and you haven't seen it up on YouTube yet, go check the Instagram. I always post when the reviews are up and live. Same thing with PickFed episodes for the most part, as long as I don't forget. And other than that, I think I'm going to stop yapping my gums off. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and happy late Thanksgiving for anyone who's watching this when it comes out. And hopefully you guys had a pretty decent holiday. I know this weekend should be fairly exciting for me, and hopefully it'll be exciting for you guys too, especially with War Games in mind, because, you know, Randy Orton's returning, so I know I'm definitely excited for that. Orton to return on my birthday. Pretty nice present to get from the WWE. And on that note, I think we are out of here because I've yapped my gums for 15 minutes now. Peace out, yo.